Hi, Andrew Campy here with Better Sheets, helping you make better Google Sheets every single day. Welcome to Better Sheets, the YouTube channel brought to you by BetterSheets.co. I'm Andrew Campy, so excited that you could join me to share these 14 examples of sheets that I think you can also sell. Take these formats, trackers, workflows, lists, take those formats and apply it to your own audience. Watch as I explain not just about the sheet, but some of these sheets I actually had a hand in creating. So some of them I created myself, some of them I created with others or helped them write the script, do a little bit of design. Some are from designers like Zoe of HashtagOS. Some of them are from workflow productivity experts like Zakir of Pomotopia. Get ready, get excited. These are 14 examples of great sheets that you can sell as well. Here with an interesting video, 14 sheet ideas you can sell. I put together this list of examples of actual sheets that you can get inspiration from. You can look at the formats. We'll look at a few different formats. I'll try to give you a little bit of insider information about some of these sheets because many of these sheets, about 3 of 4 of these sheets I myself made and sell or give away for free. And some of the other sheets I had a hand in helping either coding Google script or helping the design in some way. We also have many different types of people who created these sheets. Some are looking for a way to generate leads, like for their own company, for their own business. Some are looking to try to create a product, like Max, who created a freebie. Here, I'll show you in a second. He wanted to just learn how to make a product and put it on Product Hunt. There's also people who are designers, like Zoe, who created HashtagOS, which we'll get into later. There's someone who runs a newsletter who wanted to create a lead magnet freebie. Lots of different ways and reasons to create sheets, but they all share the fact that every one of these products was built in and is sold via a Google Sheet. Most of these are through Gumroad, but you can also find them on AppSumo, and some of these might be like on their own dedicated site, which you'll see. I hope you have a good time in this video and learn something new, a new strategy, a new idea. You can take these sort of formats and run with them. Just to start, we have 2 freebies and 12 that are for sale. And we have an extra freebie at the end, actually. So in the last 2 years that I've been hitting Google Sheets and selling them individually, which one of my very first sheets is on here in this list, I actually developed a little bit of a pattern and tried to implement that in the last sheet that I'm going to present to you, a extra one beyond the 14, and show you how I have created a freebie and one for sale in the same thing. So I'll show you that at the end. The types of sheets we're going to go through, 5 are lists. They are lists of resources or ideas or prompts or text. 5 trackers that actually allow you to either track time, track your progress through some flow. One tracks your bad habits, you'll see. We'll also track hashtag usage. And then there's also 4 workflows, actual sheets that are encompassing of not just a tracker to track what you're doing, but to give you an entirely new organizational system. And it will, one of them, which I built, which is Better Letters, which is for creating a newsletter all within a Google Sheet. And you'll see some other workflows. Really excited to share those with you. So let's get started. I'll go through the first couple of freebies. First one is electric vehicle tracker of the industry market. Stocks in the EV universe. And you can actually get this, if you want to actually get this sheet, go to evuniverse.io. The person who runs this newsletter created this EV stock tracker. You just go to resources, EV stock tracker. And it is literally a list of the maker. We got charging networks, systems, battery makers, all that are listed on the public stock exchange. And then you can see what their prices and change. There's some contact information here, more information here. It's live. It has a 20-minute price delay, refreshes every few minutes. Pretty cool sheet. And it's a freebie. You can get it absolutely for free over here at evuniverse.io. Next one is Max's Marketer's Twitter Arsenal. This is a list of tweets, tweet subjects, actually, like ideas for tweets, stats. I think he has it listed here, everything. I almost forgot everything that's in it because it's a lot. It has, here it is, marketing quotes, 100 of them, marketing statistics to position you as an authority, and thread ideas as well. So this is really all encompassing. I really love this because it is so much. It was like almost like a year of content you can get from this if you schedule like 2 a day or 1 a day. There's some thread ideas. Here's insight. So this also uses the URL, the Twitter intent URL. This is a powerful, literally a URL you can add some text to and click immediately. It opens a draft in your Twitter. I use this in my sheets as well. I just put a video out on YouTube showing literally this URL. It's something, if you literally Google Twitter intent URL, you can find a generator and reverse engineer the URL. Or the simplest way to do it, I have a 1-minute video on my YouTube showing you exactly how to type it out. And that's all you need to do to create this URL. We do a little bit of fun stuff. Actually, I helped Max make this, which we made the buttons more fun than just clicking a link, more visual, these orange and blue buttons here. But it's a lot of stuff, and it's really cool inside of Max's. All right, now these are all sheets that are the rest of these are sheets that are gonna be for sale. This is 100 ways to get your first 100 subscribers. I took my experience of growing my newsletter over like 2.5 years, and I broke it down into different tactics you can use to actually move the needle. Get your first, like literally if you do all 100 of these, you can get 100 subscribers, almost guaranteed. As you can see here, it is literally a Google Sheet. The one thing I did that I thought was interesting and useful for a user, because I've used this in the past, is instead of just creating a single checklist, go through these and check them off as you go. I gave 2 checkboxes, one for done and one for... I thought that was interesting because certain resource lists, you might not need to read all of it or get all of it or go through all of it. A checklist doesn't necessarily have to go in order. And if you have certain, I would say, processes that you're trying to sell, maybe you're running an SEO agency and you want to create a checklist for SEO landing page optimization. Yes, like you want everyone to do everything, but there are certain things you might want to add. You're like, oh, this is optional. You can sort of do this. Add a skip column to your checklist so that you have two possible options for people so they know, oh, did I do this or not? They don't have to keep rereading it. And I also created a little dashboard here. So there are different types of tactics that I use, and I categorize them and then created, as you click done, you can see how many of each category you've done. Instead of just doing, hey, you have to do 100 things, you have 0 to 100. It gave people an option to say, oh, I want to do these 10 or these 8 or these 12 first. That was really cool. I think that's a fun sheet. 400 world building prompts. Oh my God, I really love the design of this. TJ's world building essence is the Gumroad person behind this. I really love this. Oh, I've actually forgot this is a freebie too. I hope we can see this GIF here. Yeah, so this is a GIF he shows off. Again, he categorizes all of these world building prompts, and then as you check them off, categories get filled up with the progress bar. It is fun to fill this out. It really makes it a fun gamified experience almost. I know this is sort of game world, but I think taking an inspiration from this as like this and the last one, breaking up long checklists into categories is really cool. Next one is 101 high converting email subject line templates. This is literally email subjects that you get in a Google Sheet. Again, categorized to some extent, but I really like this because it is so simple. If you just want to distribute long lists, you might be, maybe you have PDFs already that people download, and then PDFs are pretty hard to check off or use or see. Like giving them a CSV file or a Google Sheet, people work in Google Sheets already. They can get the list, they can delete the ones they don't want, they can fill in. There's little sort of this split ties things, brand, name. They can cut in there and add it themselves. It makes it user-friendly to get it into that Google Sheet right away, to sell it through a Google Sheet instead of having a PDF that people are going to copy and paste from and into a Google Sheet anyways. I really like this. I also like Dominic's work here because this is a simple idea that can be templatized or made into an engine or a generator. I think it's the next one. The next one is, 100 Twitter templates. So I sell 100 Twitter templates in a Google Sheet. And what I've done here is, one, we use the Twitter intent URL, but two, I've created a generator in here. So there are topics like industry or problem. You fill it in once, and in every tweet that it exists, it'll fill it in automatically. Uses replace, I think, in the Google Sheet. Actually, a pretty simple formula to replace this. No, regex replace, sorry. Uses regex replace. Very simple thing that looks complicated because you type in on a settings page, you type in a few words, and then on the templates, they're already there. It's really cool. And this just sends it right to Twitter. Really fun. I think there's a huge opportunity in writing tweets in a Google Sheet and selling them. Tweets for different people, for different uses. I've been working on and trying to make a sheet of just like build in public prompts, which turned into, while I was making it, I was like, well, what's the point of building in public is to make sales. And then actually now I'm making, instead of a build in public prompts, I'm making a sheet that has promotional tweets. Tweets designed specifically to promote, to sell, have power words that are just sell, 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 sell. Check out that. I'm not done with that yet, but these are also pretty simple to make. It's just text, and then you can add the Twitter intent URL. I think there's lots of stuff here. Oh, and if you are inspired from these few email subjects, Twitter templates, to write Twitter templates yourself and sell a sheet, let me know, because I have twittertemplates.com, which is a list of Twitter templates for sale. And I can add you to that list if you make one. Let me know. Andrew@bettersheets.co. Email me. Next one is Pomotopia. This is a cool one. I helped build a Pomodoro timer app, basically a logger inside of a Google Sheet. So what was really fun about this is it does use Google Script to work, which might be a little complicated, but it doesn't do Google Script as you imagine, which is like it doesn't run consistently while it's timing you because it's like 25 minutes. And there's a weird issue, not a weird issue, there's a timeout for every Google Script. So what we do is we set a time start, and then when you click again, it figures out what the difference of time is. Next up is another tracker. This is Cryptodash, which you can actually track crypto prices. Coolsheet.xyz has made this. Actually, it's Nell, who's a Better Sheets member. Really love the design of this. It's really cool. It was really cool during crypto heyday. It was awesome. So you can track any kind of thing inside of Sheets that changes consistently. Might be good to create. Dark Habits is a sheet that I made myself. It tracks your bad habits every day. So you can actually track one thing or many things. I made this based on the fact that I used a Telegram app for the last 2 years to stop drinking. It's like called 0%.club. You can join for free. And I wanted to add more bad habits that I had. I wanted to track, am I actually not doing them, or am I doing them more like eating healthy, drinking less coffee after like 2 p.m., drinking enough water, certain things like that. I wanted to keep adding to it instead of just not drinking alcohol. I wanted to do better habits. So I created Dark Habits. So you can track a lot of different things. If you go to campyapproved.gumroad.com, I also have another tracker, which is absolutely free. We will scroll down here. Here, track anything. You can get this for free. This is a free tracker, and it's a daily tracker. You have one button to click. Once you click it that day, it tracks that you've clicked something that day. Better Sheets members also get how to build this and how to build a heat map version. So this is just, hey, if you clicked at least once during the day, it shows up, shows your total trackings. But there's actually a heat map version, which will show you like the more times you click a day, it'll be darker and darker. Very much like the GitHub commit tracker. So check that out. And I also might leave a link in the description. So another type of tracker, track your job hunt. If you're on a job hunt, this is a cool sidekick. I love how this is positioned as a sidekick, as someone who is trying to help you generate more income, get a job. Has a lot of cool information from Iram, who actually went through a lot of this stuff. And this is really cool, because what I like about this sheet is also he uses this as a lead magnet. So you can buy this sidekick for pretty cheap, for $7 or more. But he also has add-on support. So if you are actually in a job hunt and literally a sidekick, he's created the process. He's added the process here for you in a Google Sheet. But he himself will help you for more money, right? For a higher charge, which I love how this is set up. Great lead magnet here. And a great idea, right? Give your process of the DIY version of what you do. If you have an agency, if you have a consultancy, put together a guidebook, checklist, resource list, give it away for free, sell it for less than something like $50, and the people who use it and I want to be like, hey, I want a little bit more out of this, or I want a call to onboard. I know Janelle of Newsletter OS, an operating system for your newsletter in Notion. She adds a call potential. If you want to have an onboarding call with her, you can do that. And same here with Irem. I think you can get a call, toolkit, support, Telegram group even. Lots of really cool stuff. I like this. I love it. HashtagOS is another sort of workflow operating system for hashtags, of course. If you're working on Instagram, you probably already use either your Notes tab, Notes, Text Edit, a Google Doc, Notion to keep hashtags, and then you try to like rank them and rate them. Here, actually, you've probably tried everything. Text Edit, Notes, Stickies, Evernote, and it's not really working out for you. A Google Sheet will do it for you. And she designed this Google Sheet. She herself uses Instagram. She herself was a designer. So it's really well-designed sheet. I like its layout. I like how I helped her make part of this. I helped her make the remixer or the randomizer. So full disclosure, helped out there. Another way to work is you have to-do lists and task lists, but this sheet is a energy manager. So not just managing your things that you do, but how you do it. What is the energy? What is the requirement? Do you need a lot of energy to do something? Is it going to have a lot of return on that energy? Instead of ROI, the person who makes this, Anna, she has ROE, return. I really love this sheet. Again, I had a little bit of a hand in making this. This uses a lot of Google script to create a grid format. If you can see right here, the sheet is not a single sheet that you have some tasks and you say what those tasks entail. But rather, you have a grid so that you can actually move your tasks around as you know, okay, I need a high energy to do this, put it in there, and then am I going to do it daily or am I going to do it once and it's done? You can mark those and they go away once you're done. If you don't do it daily, if you do things daily, they come back every day. So you don't have to put it back on the sheet. It's really, really cool. It saves a lot of like tiny little copy-paste energy that you probably end up wanting to do and then not do it. The script does it for you and does it consistently. It's really cool. Something that helps in the real world, not just doing tasks, but safety data sheets is something that is a literal sheet in a workplace where there's chemicals and there are, in Australia at least, because this is made in Australia, Kylie made this, there are government laws that you have to keep your safety data sheets up to, and they are literally on the chemicals, and you just don't check them. And then someone, like if you do work in food and beverage, as Kylie did, someone will come and inspect you once a year, and you're shit out of luck. You get like a $25,000 fine if these are out of date. So something like this, which sells for $99 Australia, which sounds like a lot of money, right, to sell a Google Sheet for this, but it'll save you $25,000 of fines because it'll alert you as well of like what's out of date. It's online. It's shareable. Actually, I was wrong. It's $250,000 of fines and penalties. Oh my God, not even $25,000. Whoa, or more than $25,000. Wow, that's a lot. Surprised. I really like this because it takes things that are undigitizable, right? You can scan a safety data sheet and put it in your Google Drive, but that doesn't really help you. Like you still have to check, same as checking the sheet in front of you, you have to check a sheet in a Google Drive. So this sheet actually helps you fill in the date of the items and shows you which ones are going to be out of date soon and not. I really like it. And I think it's a great idea. If you're watching this video for ideas, this is a really cool idea. How can you take a whole world and put it into a sheet and use the power of Google Sheets, of time, of conditional formatting to show like, hey, these things are out of date. I really like it. So this next one is called Better Letters. It's some product I made myself. After using a Google Sheet to run my newsletter for 3 years, I realized that the sheet I use actually was way more overpowered than anyone else was using. People were using Web Clipper from like Notion or Airtable Clipper, and Google Sheets doesn't really have a good way to grab information other than import XML and Google Forms. So what I did is I created a bookmarklet. It's a JavaScript function that actually all BetterSheets members get to see and use. I have a couple of videos about the bookmarklet. In Better Letters, it is programmed to create it for you. So when you create a sheet to capture stuff from all around the web, right? We copy and paste this sort of title and URL all the time. And that happens whenever we curate information. In this case, we want to curate information and then list it in a link for a newsletter, like I did. This bookmarklet is in your Chrome bookmark tab. And in one click, it'll grab the URL, grab the title of the sheet, put it in, allow you to add some notes, and then put it directly into the Google. And this helps curation a lot. Well, the bookmarklet takes about 5 minutes to 10 minutes. The very first time you ever do it probably takes about 5 to 10 minutes to set up. But if you get Better Letters, it sets it up for you. So instead of just saying, here's this line of code and fill it in as you need to get a Google form, you need to get an entry data. No, the script in this sheet will actually set it up for you. So you create a sheet, you create the bookmarklet, which it creates the form for you. It makes the whole workflow possible. And then on top of that, I also created extra sheets that once you are creating a newsletter, you might want to create lead magnets like top 100 people in your industry. You might want to create a community engagement sort of activity like a matchmaker or like for coffee chat between your readers. And you also might want to spend money on ads in other newsletters. So there's an ad spend tracker. And I just recently added a new sheet to this suite of sheets that allows you to calculate how much you should charge for your newsletter ads. So I think that's really cool. A lot of different sheets around a single idea. And if you're still watching this for ideas, consider creating a bundle of different sheets that all help one person or one type of person do something. This, I think, is really cool. And now is the bonus sheet. So at the beginning of this video, I mentioned that there is a bonus sheet I will show you, I will share with you, that is sort of an amalgamation of what I've learned, and it's Atomic Sheets. You can go to atomicsheets.com right now and go to this sheet, and it's free. I've made it free. I want to make it super easy for people to see what it is. It's a very hard concept to understand, that these are elements of Google Sheets that you can add to sheets that you sell. So I have made like a few years ago a newsletter virtual mall. And the very first page is a parking lot. So if you create some kind of storefront or store in a Google Sheet, you can take this parking lot and add that to your sheet. If you want to create a nice priority matrix, maybe you want to add this element to an existing. Here's another version of that. If you want to have a generator form where you can actually say, hey, fill this stuff in. Maybe if you're creating Twitter templates. If you're creating a marketplace or a storefront in a Google Sheet, like I did with Sheets.com, that's 4 E's, Sheets.com, you can go see this for yourself. There's a nav bar on the left side. This was a fun experiment with, it has links in the actual sheet. You can use it, but it's really fun. Or again, another storefront idea, create a brick wall. I created a virtual dollar store, and you can too. If you have a virtual store, you can have a brick wall as your front. If you want these kinds of links, you can have this link in bio. And these are really cool because you use the down arrow here and you can copy to an existing spreadsheet. That's that easy. These Atomic Sheets are so easy to add to your own Google Sheets. You can copy the sheet. So once you go to atomicsheets.com, you go directly to this sheet. You can copy it into your Google Drive, and then you can take any of these and add them to any of your. Here's a simple landing page you can create. I made growthbutter.com. Here's a cool dashboard you can do. And there's 10 of these. Oh, here's a treasure map. That's fun. There's 10 of these here. Now, if you're watching this video and you're not a BetterSheets member and you found out about BetterSheets, and this is the first time, you can get 30 of these for free. Go to atomicsheets.com, go to the front page, and there will be a link. Let me go to it for you. Go to the bottom, and you can get 30 for free. Just put in your email address on Gumroad, and you'll get access to 30 for free. I also sell 100. So you can buy 100 of these templates. Different designs, different versions, different things we do. There's to-do lists. There's monthly planners. Lots of really cool stuff. And check out the 30 first for free, just with your email address, and then sell it. So now, I think this is a really fun sort of way to create not just a freebie or a lead magnet, but both. you can set a URL to go directly to a sheet, give away something for free, then get an email address as a upgrade for 30, and then sell even more. So I think some of these, as you saw in the video, had versions of this. Here's the 30 pack for free. Again, just put your email address in and click $0 and you can get this for free. I'm also doing this in collaboration with Batchbay. This is Zoe, the person who created the HashtagOS. Great designer. She's designed some of these that you'll see, some of the atomic sheets you'll see. Go to batchbay.co.uk to give her a look. You can get HashtagOS there. This is sort of the future of selling Google Sheets online. It's giving away something immediately for free, getting an upgrade, and then selling either consulting, a call, onboarding, or even more services. If somebody likes the checklist you put in but wants you to do it for them, sell it to them. Sell them an upgrade. As you saw, we went through 14 sheet ideas, and I gave you one more bonus at the end, Atomic Sheets. Also, you can still get atomicsheets.com for. I gave you 2 freebies, actually 3 freebies, and I showed you 12 that are for sale. Actually, 13 for sale, because Atomic Sheets is also for sale, not just free. We did 5 lists, 5 trackers, 4 workflows, and I don't even know what category to make Atomic Sheet, to say Atomic Sheets is in, but you got 15 cool ideas for Google Sheets that you can probably sell yourself. If you had any ideas from this, comment down below. Heck, you can even leave a link to a sheet that you sell. If you sell Google Sheets, leave a link down below. I'm happy to check it out. People watching this video will probably want to see more examples. So leave a comment down below and would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so excited that you got through the whole video. You got to see these 15 sheet ideas, and hopefully you can go to atomicsheets.com, get those freebies, get your email in there. If you like 15 ideas, you might even like better 100 ideas. I've also dropped in the description a link to 100 business ideas. I'm going to be putting out more on this channel. A lot more ideas, a lot more sheets we can build. Make sure to subscribe to keep updated on all the videos we put out here. Don't make any sheets, make better sheets.